And we're live again, Mario, for the One Stop Shop Thursday 4 p.m. happy hour.
Yeah, probably.
It's in the 4 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we're within the range.
So, folks, we're coming to you live like we do every week here from Mario Quintero's office. My name is Andy within South Florida, and we're here with Mario Quintero for the One Stop Shop. And today's topic is going to be commercial loans and mortgages.
That's it.
It's a great topic. That means big money, right?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
No.
But here in South Florida, it's like,
Could be $500,000 and up.
Awesome. Mario, what type of commercial loans are there?
So the basic type of commercial loans that we work are primarily for gas stations, warehouses, shopping centers or small strip centers, individual commercial buildings, apartment buildings, and also basically larger apartment buildings. So anywhere from a small to a large apartment building, and those are typically the loans that we handle commercially. When it's a gas station, when it's an office building, and when it's a warehouse, we can do both just for investment, or we could do better if it's owner occupied.
Interesting. How much do the loans vary?
So in the marketplace, the loans vary from the number of years that a lender will give to the borrower.
Okay.
So usually most commercial loans cap out at 5 years fixed, and then they either have to refinance the loan or pay it off.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll go 5 years with an additional 5 with some kind of adjustment. Okay. But commercial loans are not long term like the residential loans are. The other thing is the calculation of payment is based on the amortization and the number of years. So sometimes we might have a 20-year amortization, sometimes a 25-year amortization, which will lower the payment a little less.
Awesome. Folks, if you're just tuning in, welcome Caesar. Caesar, we're just today at our luncheon event.
Hey, Caesar.
Welcome Caesar, welcome Luis, welcome Rihanna, welcome Laura Menendez. A lot of fans as usual here at the One Stop Shop. If this is the first time watching us, welcome to our show. My name is Andy within South Florida, and we're here with Mario from the One Stop Shop, Mr. Clear to Close, and we're talking about commercial mortgages and loans. Mario, what areas of Florida can you lend commercial?
So we cover the entire state of Florida.
All of Florida.
All of Florida.
Okay.
Right now, we are actually working, I'm actually presenting the whole package tomorrow for a gas station in Northport, Florida.
Northport, wow.
Northport, which is up near the Sarasota area, around that area.
Okay.
That one is an interesting deal. It's a $1.6 million deal, 20% down, and it includes the land, the convenience store, the gas pumps, and the buyer, who is our client, was able to negotiate taking over an empty acre of land next to the gas station, which
Nice.
adds value. So tomorrow I'm meeting with the bank to present all the documents, big stack of papers, but we have everything ready to go.
Fantastic.
The other one I'm working on, I'm picking up everything on Monday, is a convenience store which has been owned by the same owner in Fort Lauderdale. And it's a great corner property. The owner's been running it for like 24 years. The thing is that now he wants to install new gas pumps, because right now it's just a convenience store. The gas pumps will bring a lot more traffic and a lot more business. So we're gonna do what is called a cash out refinance of that property and cash out the money that he needs to be able to install brand new gas pumps.
Nice, interesting.
So-
And of
so-
course, that will bring up the value.
That will bring up the value of the property. It'll bring up the value of his profits over time. It'll be extra business, extra traffic, so it's a great deal. And I'm meeting with that client on Monday afternoon and picking up all their documents so I could present it next week.
Well, you're a busy guy.
Little busy.
Well, I welcome Rafael Perez watching us. Welcome, Rafael. So we may have some people watching and saying, okay, you know what, there's a property that's for sale. I might want to invest in a commercial, maybe not necessarily a gas station, but a retail location. What kind of documentation or paperwork is required?
So on a commercial loan, it requires a little more documentation,
A little more detail.
than a residential, because the ultimate lender that we're going to take the loan to is looking at financial strength, prior history, and liquidity, and how much money do they have in reserves after they buy the property.
In case.
Just in case. So those are the things that a bank or the banks that we take our loans to are looking at. So on a commercial loan, instead of 2 years tax returns, we need 3 years tax returns of personal and their business, their current business. We need bank statements. We need them to sign a brokerage agreement where we're going to represent them through the transaction, and we will be like the intermediary between them and the bank. Okay. Most business owners don't have the time to do the legwork that is required and the constant follow-up. What we offer is basically a boutique service where we gather all the paperwork, we present, and then we become like the intermediary between the bank and actually the borrower.
Well, it actually saves them money, and it saves them time and headaches and a lot of turbulences, because you guys just use your experience and the background and you do all the work for them, really.
Once we present that loan, basically everything the bank is looking for is already there. They have minimal documents that they will need once the loan goes to underwriting. So the loan commitment, which is the important initial step that the borrower is looking for, usually we can secure that in about 2 weeks.
Nice.
Because most banks meet once a week for their loan committee. The loan is presented to a committee of officers of the bank, and right there they either approve the loan, or they approve it with conditions, or they decline the loan right there and then. So it's a very quick process.
I want to welcome Albert, Gabriela, Nora to the broadcast. Folks, if you're thinking of buying a commercial property, or you're thinking of investing in commercial real estate, that's the topic for today's live broadcast. My name is Andy within South Florida. We're here with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. And the topic is commercial mortgages and loans. And Mario, if anybody's looking at a commercial property, can they just give you a call?
They could just give me a call. We could discuss it. You know, this gas station that I'm presenting tomorrow, I've been working with these clients that are prior clients from many years ago for the last 4 months. They've had a couple of contracts that fell through. And as I was leaving on vacation Friday, the phone rang. We're ready to go. I'm like, okay, start sending me everything, and when I get back on Monday, I'll have everything ready so we can start presenting.
So when somebody calls you and just wants to talk to you about commercial real estate, is there a cost for that? How much does that cost?
No, there's no cost. I mean, we basically discuss the transaction, the financing options, and if they want to move forward, then at that point they need to sign a commercial brokerage agreement with us on the things that we're going to be responsible for and what we're going to charge for our services on a commercial loan.
There you have it, folks. If you're driving around town, you see a commercial building, you see a for sale sign, maybe a restaurant, or maybe something you want to invest in the commercial world of real estate, feel free to give Mario a call. He'll definitely go ahead and give you the information and help you with that transaction.
On a commercial loan, though, everything that we do is tied to a piece of real estate.
Yeah, it has to be.
So if it's a restaurant, it has to be the restaurant, the business, the building, and the land. Not just the restaurant, not just the key. So all our commercial loans are basically designed like that. We do have sources if somebody just wants to buy the business. We have sources for that, but it's really not something we do on a regular basis.
You need to have that property, the physical,
real estate.
Yeah, the physical property.
Yeah.
So besides the paperwork and the added hoops and on all the I's dotted and T's crossed, how much of an average down payment does individual need?
So we have banks right now that, depending on the strength of the client, the type of business, we can go with as little as 20% down, owner occupied. In that case, Sometimes, if they qualify, we can always do what is called an SBA loan, where they can come in with 10% down, and we can get a portion of, let's say, 80% from the bank and the other 10% from the Small Business Administration.
Okay.
So
okay.
in some cases, we can do it with as little as 10% down
Right.
if we're going to go SBA. However, the majority is 20% down, and depending on the property, sometimes it could go to 25% down.
This isn't a question that somebody had asked, but a question that came up. Does the borrower need any experience within that industry?
So that is a critical piece.
Like I see a gas station, but I've never operated or worked in a gas station all my life, and I say, Mario, I want to purchase a gas station.
Right. So in that case, that's a very specialized business. So it strengthens the case if you've already owned a gas station
Okay.
or operated
Experience.
gas stations and have experience in that business.
Okay.
It's not looked at favorably if you were, let's say, a locksmith and all of a sudden want to become a gas station
Or chef,
operator.
chef, yeah.
You know, that becomes a little risky.
Sure.
Because that business can go down very quickly
Right.
if you don't know what you're doing.
Right, right. And I see that a lot. I see a lot of signs, a lot of for sale signs, and a lot of businesses out there that open, and you're like, in back of your mind, you're like, wow, they really aren't doing those things right. You know, I mean, it's tricky. So that's why it pays to deal with somebody like you when you can guide them in that direction.
Right, and we ask those questions
Yeah, of course,
when
How much experience do you have at a restaurant?
Right. It's like right now we're working, we're starting the conversations with a doctor that has been part of a medical group
Okay.
for many years. Doctor's going through some changes in his personal life. He wants to leave the group and open up his own single practice.
Experienced.
And so he has a lot of experience, been a doctor for over 20 years. And what we need to do is try to locate an office space for him that he can get into, possibly with as little as 10% down. And it may require going SBA, but because of his long-term experience,
Of course.
the financials and his practice, there's a great opportunity that we might be able to get that for him.
Excellent, excellent. As always, it's never easy, but if you deal with a professional, you can definitely make those waters that you're going to be navigating easier. I want to welcome Mr. David Arbetter. You know, David, you're always on our broadcast. We've talked about doing a broadcast while enjoying some of your hot dogs, so we may just
to get down there.
We may just do this one day. Welcome, Ralph. Welcome, everybody. By the way, if you have any questions, we're live here with Mario. You can leave them in the comments section below. If you're looking at a commercial property, you can leave them down there. Welcome to Fernando.
Okay.
Fernando is watching our broadcast. Any questions, leave them down, and Mario will absolutely get with you. So, Mario, what are the most popular loans you are working?
So right now, like I said, we're working on 2 gas station deals,
Okay.
2 totally different. One is a gas station purchase with land, convenience store, and additional acre of land.
Are gas station deals popular? Are they like in demand or?
They're always in demand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And sometimes you have a lot of people that they like that, and some gas station operators own more than one gas station.
Okay.
So, you know, we have clients that own up to 5 or 6 gas stations.
Okay.
And then sometimes they'll build the business and then they'll sell it
Nice.
and go buy another one.
Nice.
So there's all different kinds of operators. There's also operators that don't own the station, that they basically manage the station for an oil distributor.
Nice.
And they get a
Wow.
piece of
Yeah, I
the
can-
entire inside and a piece of the gallons that are pumped
Right.
on a monthly basis. So we're working on that purchase in Northport. We're working on the cash out refi in Fort Lauderdale. We're working on a strip center, a total investment purchase by these attorneys in Fort Lauderdale that are buying a shopping center in Lehigh Acres. and that one we're waiting for some contractual things to get fixed so that we can start the loan process. And then we have the doctor that we started talking to about possibly moving out of his current practice and going solo as a doctor.
So the one-stop shop is not focused in South Florida. I mean, you're really expanding into all the areas of
No,
Florida.
we've always done business all over the state. I mean, we have clients for many years all over the state. I mean, Tarpon Springs, Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, Daytona Beach, Marco Island, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral. We just did a transaction, and on the East Coast, all the way up and down the East Coast. So we're not. One of the things I always tell my clients is that I'm not afraid to get in the car and drive. Not a big deal to travel a couple of hours to go see a client. Right. So a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people like to stay in the office and use the phone. I prefer the face-to-face. And if I got to go 2 or 3 times, I do what I do.
And in fact, you do. If you guys want to check out Mario's adventures to the Everglades, a couple of weeks ago, check out marioshomenews.com. marioshomenews.com. Check out his website. There's a full area there of videos and the live streams and customer testimonials, client testimonials, and referrals that Mario does. And he is in fact correct. He will drive wherever to make you happy and make sure that you get your keys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the closing is done no matter how far you are or where you are. That was in reference to a trip he made to a hospital a couple of weeks ago. He does go the extra mile, without a doubt. Mario, which is the best program that you're offering right now?
So right now, the best program, and only one of our lenders has it.
Like the best?
This is the best. So if you're out there and you're looking for a commercial loan, you're not going to find it better than this. It's a 15-year fixed rate commercial loan.
Sweet.
Fixed for 15 years with a 25-year amortization. And I'll just say that it's slightly under 5% interest. I won't give you the exact number, but that's a heck of
That's attractive.
That is a super duper deal. And all 3 of the clients we're working on right now took that deal immediately. So it's a great program. Only one of our lenders has it. So if any of our other lenders or banks are listening, you got to get your stuff together, man, and you got to compete with that 50. Okay.
We are live.
We're definitely live.
Definitely live. Folks, if you're watching us for the first time, I want to welcome you to our show. My name is Andy within South Florida, and we're here with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. And every week we come to you at the 4 o'clock hour on Thursdays, and we talk about real estate, mortgages, commercial real estate, and we talk about a lot of different things that if you're in the market to purchase a home or you're in the market to purchase a commercial property or investment property, it will be great for you to get in contact with Mario. You could also check out his website, marioshomenews.com. There's a ton of information in there where you can learn about Mario, learn about his expertise, the years he's been in the business, and not just hear from Mario. There's videos there, testimonials of clients that he has worked with, where the clients come up and they actually talk about the service and talk about the experience that the One Stop Shop provides for them.
I'd like to give a shout out at this point.
Absolutely.
Before I forget, our processors right before the holiday did an amazing job, and I want to give them their due. Laura Menendez, Friday morning, the day before the Memorial Day weekend, she literally closed 3 transactions before 11 a.m. that morning.
The day before the long weekend.
And she was in here and she said, I'm not leaving until they close. And she did a fantastic job getting those 3 deals closed. Claudia, who was driving with me over to Naples, was actually on the phone closing a reverse mortgage Friday morning for one of our loan officers. So we had a pretty good end of the month right before the holidays, but it was all a reflection of both Laura and Claudia and the work that they did.
Well, when we talk about the one-stop shop and people hear about the one-stop shop, you know, there's actually a small army that you have here. You know, there's people behind the scenes. You know.
Small. It's not that big. It's
Yeah.
small.
But there's people. I mean, I'm looking out through your window here in your studio office, and I'm looking at Laura going back and forth to the printer, and she's also on the broadcast, and she's on the phone all the time. I mean, you know, one of these days we'll need to get Laura in here and get her in front of the camera. Although she feels a little more comfortable on the phone, right?
Yeah, phone and on the computer.
If you want to see some of the team here at the One Stop Shop, go to marioshomenews.com and look for their holiday video where we had a chance to interview and talk to most of the people that were not as shy as Mario is. We were able to get him on video, and it gives you a full insight. It gives you full insight that when you pick up the phone and you call Mario Quintero and you embark on a business transaction, you realize that not only do you have the experience of years and years and years in the business and the knowledge that he's going to guide you in your transaction, but he has, like he said, a small team back here that are pros at what they do, and they work to get the job done, which is important.
Clear to close.
Clear to close. Clear to close.
Magic words.
Here's Mr. Ray on the broadcast as well. So Mario, it's been a busy day today.
It's been a busy day. We had a very successful luncheon at the Greater Kendall Business Association, and we had a great turnout. I think 120, 125 people.
Yes, sir.
We had about 20 or 30 new potential members
Yes,
show
sir.
up.
Yes, sir.
And great job. You did a great job.
Thank you, sir.
emceeing the whole event.
I think I got an offer to work at WSPN.
And Channel 7. Well, Alex de Armas, the morning anchor,
Yes.
she did a great job.
Alex
Fantastic job.
de Armas, if you're watching us, thank you for coming out. Folks, Alex de Armas, the anchor for Today in Florida on WSPN Channel 7. She did a fantastic job. If you didn't make it to the luncheon and you're watching this, you can check out, you can follow the association page, Facebook, fb.com/Greater Kendall. We live streamed the entire event. We live streamed the event, and you can see Alex and her presentation, and you can see how much fun we have over there. We encourage you, if you're in the South Florida market, if you're a local business, to get in contact with Mario. Besides property and real estate and commercial, he is on the board of directors for the association, folks, and he will be able to connect you and network you in to our South Florida community. I get the pleasure to serve as the chairman this year in 2019, so I enjoy that as well. But Mario can definitely get you into a new home, stop you from renting, get your commercial property, and get your business growing.
And get your house near your commercial
And
property.
get you you really are the one-stop shop, aren't you? I mean,
Exactly.
he will help you pay for your house, right? By bringing you new business.
We can do that.
Wow. The one-stop shop takes it to another level.
There you go.
Absolutely, folks. Again, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. We do this every single week, and every once in a while, we just take questions that you guys have been asking us, and we go through the questions. We did that recently. If it's your first time watching, I encourage you to go to marioshomenews.com. marioshomenews.com. Check out their website. Check out all the information, all the informative videos. And if you are renting, we said it before, we'll say it again. Stop throwing that money away. It's the end of the month. The first is around the corner. If you're going to be writing that rent check again this month, you got to write it because the first is there. But pick up the phone after you write the check and say, Mario, I want to stop renting.
Rates down to 4% as of this week, so they've been tracking back down.
Wow.
I don't like to predict, but I think they're going to go slightly lower than that. So
Wow.
if you've been on the fence, don't stay on that fence. I mean,
If you're renting, pick up that phone. Mario, what's the best number that they can get in contact with you at?
the office number is 305-598-1600. After hours, my cell phone is 305-588-0451.
And if you folks are at Publix or you're at CVS or Walgreens and you see this guy, tell him, hey, you're the video guy. He got that today at the luncheon. You're the guy on TV. You're the video guy. Because folks, that's what sets up professionals apart. You know, Mario isn't just a real estate agent. He's a broker. But through this medium, you're able to experience his experience and his knowledge within the industry, and that builds a certain level of comfort. Our speaker today talked about telling your story, and Mario tells his story every single day. So when you meet him and you're ready to do that transaction, hey, it's like you know him already, you know, because of all his knowledge. Awesome. Mario, What else we got?
That's it. That's all we got for today.
Are we going to keep him in suspense for next week?
We'll keep them in suspense, but remember, share this video to your friends and family members on Facebook and other social media. You never know how you'll be able to help them
Absolutely.
or who's looking for this particular type of information.
Absolutely. A share or a comment can place this broadcast into the hands of somebody that may be renting, and you may be opening the doors of opportunity for them and their family. You never know. You never
Or
know.
it could be a commercial property.
A commercial property as well. So the next time you're driving around and you see that restaurant or mall or whatever for sale, maybe you can just qualify and you become that owner.
You never know.
You never know. Folks, thank you for the love. Andy here within South Florida. Mario Quintero, the One Stop Shop. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.